Oh, we coming on, squad. We coming on. We had a little technical difficulties, but we will be here.
Are you ready for an unforgettable experience? Get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get hype.
What's going on, Cowboys Universe? Welcome to another episode of the Late Night Hype. Big game, James. Skywalker Steel, Law Nation, special guest in the building, Brandon Tucker of the Trench Warfare. Let's go. We made it here. We made it here.
Man, I was here sweating. I was like, oh, wow. It's just going to be half the hype.
Oh, man, what's going on, everybody? And to our special guest here, Brandon Tucker. How's it going? Look, I was just cracking up behind the scene because Tuck was getting it in.
Man, yeah, man.
Smash!
He said, don't worry about the technical difficulties. Do your thing. I'm eating good in the hood.
Hey, Brandon, let them know, for those who don't know who you are, let them know what you do and why you're important in this league, in my opinion.
I don't know how important I am in the league, but I appreciate that. Brandon Tucker founded Trench Warfare back in 2008, went full time with it in 2005. What we have is an offensive line and defensive line training program for kids as young as they can pay attention all the way up to the NFL. We do combine and pro day training at multiple facilities here in North Texas, and it's truly been a blessing to be in this space.
Yeah, man. Take it away, big game.
Hey, man. Well, Big Tuck, you already been on my show a few times. Bobby kind of introduced us, and then we kind of just hit it off and been doing our thing. And to me, you kind of like, how that QB whisperer, you're like the D tackle whisperer. You know what I'm saying? It's like all the Cowboys personnel or, people send the guys to you. Tell us kind of, how did that relationship kind of start and why, how they kind of just start sending you all the Cowboys players?
So it happened organically about 3 years ago with David Irving and Cedric Thornton kind of at the same time. I just happened to run into Cedric at a training facility where his son was working out, and we hit it off and started working. And at the same time, David Irving's agent sent him to me, and it just kind of went from there, man. Before I knew it, I had the whole room just about. I had everybody in the room, and just kind of rode that momentum, and here we are today.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, it's a beautiful thing to see what you've been doing now. We had an interview, our last interview we did, it was a great one because you had somebody who the Cowboys had got and everybody was like, oh my gosh, I know I was. And then when you said you was training them, going nuts about Aldon Smith, he's been getting the hype train like crazy right now. You had him in the summer. Kind of tell us about Aldon Smith. What has he been? And I mean, how does he look? I mean, people want to know what's really going on because, you know, outside in Cowboys camp, they're going to say everything beautiful. Tell us what's really going on with Aldon.
Aldon is he's phenomenal. When I got him, our goal was to get him reacclimated to playing again. And so for me, we wanted to systematically get him going, make sure his feet were underneath him. He responded to everything that we've done in training. And, you know, he's worked extremely hard. And the results are paying off right now. He's been amazing. He's absolutely been amazing.
I got a question about Aldon Smith. What was maybe the biggest obstacle he had being off that long for you during training? I know it's probably different than being on the field as it is training, but what was the thing that you had to work with him the most for? I mean, he's a gifted guy, but he's still 5 years.
Conditioning. I mean, conditioning is something that, you know, the only way you can get in shape to play football is to play football. And so he was in really good shape when I got him, but it was more like marathon shape or boxing, not really 60, 70 reps a game. And so his conditioning was key for us. And then, just to really see if he still had it, you know, he took about a 5-year sabbatical, man. And so, you know, we had to see if he could still play. And, the way I do my program is the first 2 or 3 workouts, man, I'm just evaluating him. There's no point in me saying, okay, do this, do that. I just need to see what you can do, what you still can do, you know, how you want to do things, because it's about him. And so he responded well. I mean, it was just like a old sports car that had been sitting in the garage, man. Just need to put some gas in it.
Need a little fine tuning.
Let's go. That thing can still run.
That thing can still run. That's what we're hearing out of camp. Yes. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I was excited when we got him, but I kept saying I just gotta wait. I gotta see. But you just saw it when he was a younger guy. He's one of those 1%ers, is what I like to call it. Those guys who can roll out of bed and they have that natural talent. But absolutely, it's awesome to hear you say really the biggest thing was conditioning. If that's it, y'all,
you feel me?
Yes, indeed. And let me ask you this, Mr. Tucker. So are you a specialty in feet work, or is it the hand placement with these guys, or why they keep coming back to you on those things?
Man, that's a great question. And listen, please call me Tucker. I know I got this gray hair, bro. I'm not that old. You can hit me with the Mr. Tucker. No, but I'm a player development guy. So I cover everything from A to Z. Playing defensive line starts with your feet. You know, a lot of guys say things like beat the hands, beat the man. That's about as ridiculously wrong as you can possibly get. I mean, if you beat a guy's hands and you're standing in place, guess what? You're not going anywhere. So, we develop guys from A to Z. I think why I have guys that come back to me is because they understand that you have to constantly work on your craft. I'm the type of guy that, you know, I don't put a bunch of content out on social media. You know, I don't post videos. You know, I don't do a bunch of pictures. I believe that the grind should be done in the dark, man. And then we shine in the light under either it's Friday nights, Saturday afternoons, or on Sunday afternoons. So,
wow.
You know,
deep.
training. You need to be vulnerable in training, right? You need to be able to make mistakes. You need to be comfortable, and you don't need to have that put on display for the world to see, man. So I think a lot of that has to do with why my guys continue to train with me.
That's heavy.
Man, that's some good stuff, man.
Hey, B-Tuck, now, You talked about everybody's been hyped up about Aldon Smith, what he's going to bring to the table. One of the things that you taught me about Aldon Smith that really stood out to me, that you said his football IQ was ridiculous. Tell us about that, because you being off from the game 5 years, and even when he did his interview, they were like, so what did you feel like you missed? He said nothing. I felt like I gained because I sat back, was able to sit back and learn and be able to use that mind more. Talk about that football IQ that he has that really kind of had you like, whoa.
Yeah, he is very, very, very intelligent. He's analytical. His football IQ is off the chart. And so when we start talking about football IQ, it's just not doing what you're supposed to do. It's knowing what everyone around you is supposed to do. And then being able to look at an offense pre-snap, having done your film study, and know what's coming at you. I'm gonna get one of these 2 or 3 things based on their personnel group, down in distance, and he's just phenomenal. And that's just scheme related. When you're talking about how he plays, how he uses his hands, his hand placement, how he can read an offensive lineman's stance, how he can take advantage of a short setter versus a guy that's gonna really kick out there. I mean, he's phenomenal, man. It was to the point where if I said something, he was able to finish my statement or finish my sentence. And so I would expect that from a guy of his caliber, though. Realistically, right. I mean, I expect for him to not just have been, what did he get? 17, 18? What did he get? 17 sacks in the
19.
season? Something like that?
19
and a half.
19? Listen, man, you just not out there running around like with your head cut off getting 19 sacks in the season.
No. But see, I think hearing this, though, is important for Cowboys Nation, because the last taste in our mouths that we have of Everson Griffin, Aldon Smith on the field is negative, because he had that off-field stuff. So all we knew coming in was, okay, yes, he was a good player, but he wasn't all the way there. So we're thinking like, okay, was he just a good player because he was physically gifted, or was he a good player because no, he was physically gifted and he was smart? We didn't hear the smart part. So to hear that, when James told me you said that about him, I said, huh. And then you bring up 19.5 sacks. You're right. You're not just getting 19.5 sacks because you're physically gifted. I'm sorry. Right. No, for sure. And, he, everything that happened off the field, we're so quick to persecute guys.
Right.
A lot of people don't realize, man, this dude was acquitted or not found guilty on just about everything that he was accused of. Right. But all we're going to hear is the negative. The negative always makes the news a whole lot faster than the positive, And so that, man, these guys, you're talking about a young Aldon Smith, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You're not talking about the damn near 30-year-old Aldon Smith now, right? Who's matured and seen some things and been through some things. And, it's a blessing for him to still have the skill set that he has, man. He's not a human being. I tell people that this dude is an alien. He's from planet football. I mean, he's special. He's special.
He kind of reminds me of a Iron Smith on defense. Just built just in a laboratory or something.
Right. And he's giving Tyron Smith fits in camp. I mean,
hear that?
They tearing him up.
That's good stuff, man. Hey, B-Tuck, so with that skill set, do you see him playing or kicking into the inside? Do he have those traits? Because I know you worked out with Irv, and Irvin can play inside and out. So what do you feel about him playing inside a little bit?
The thing about Floyd is he can play any position on the defensive line. He can play the shade, the 3. He can play both ends, and then he can also stand up and be a true outside linebacker. As big as he is, he can still cover a tight end if asked of him. I mean, he's supremely athletic.
Man, that's
definitely kick inside. Playing a 3 technique is a nightmare for whatever guard is in front of him.
It ain't fair on a passing down.
Yes,
no, it's not fair on a running down.
Ooh,
See, that's what I'm saying.
That man is good against the run.
Now, did you guys say he worked with Hill too, right?
Tristan Hill.
Tristan.
I want to
Yes,
know.
baby.
That's what I want to know because he's been sullied and denigrated. Even even by me. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I said, man, what is he doing? Last year at the start of camp, he was the guy that had he went live on his Instagram and he had a gallon of milk and a big old bucket of donuts, man. I said, man, this brother finna fall out. And I was out there in Oxnard and they said, hey, the rook went down. And I was like, who? And it was Tristan. I said, man, get that guy some pickle juice. It ain't nothing but cramps,
Bro.
man. And it was end up being cramps. But talk to me about good old Hill.
Hey, man, that's my guy.
Ooh.
I got him late in the spring. James and I talked about it.
Uh-huh.
I was.
That's
I
why
was
I'm
blessed
oohing
to
and
get him.
eyeing.
That's why I'm ooh when you said that's my guy. I said,
It's
That's
your
my
guy.
guy.
that's not the tuck. That's not the tuck we had last time.
Right,
Don't come,
right.
don't come get me, B Tuck. But I'm just calling
No,
it what
I
it
got
was.
you.
Now.
Listen, man. Listen, if at the time when you and I spoke last, I should have already had him.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I should have already had him. I ended up getting him late.
That's what it was. Dude.
You talking about a guy that hit the reset button.
Mm.
Once I got to know him personally and visit with him and really understand what he was dealing with and going through. Hey man, you gotta really take a step back and say, you know what, man, that was a tough 2 years you went through, man. His last year in college with the coaching staff change, he was in the doghouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Cowboys bring him in. Even though he was their first pick in the second round, legitimately, he's still their first round pick.
Yeah, it's their first pick that draft. Yep.
That's correct. And he went into a room that, wasn't feeling him, man. And you have to compare that to going into work every day and your coworkers don't get along with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so he made some mistakes. He owns that. The mistakes that he made last year. He's grown, he's matured, and he's done everything that he needs to do at this point to establish himself as a professional, man. I mean, he's still a little bit surly with the media. But
Oh,
other than
I'll be like,
yeah, man.
He sound mad.
Yeah,
But he's a
surly
pup
with the media.
He's a pup though. He's like 21, so I think that's to be expected. They don't really teach you media classes when you come in. They just send you right in the fire.
Right.
One of the things I always say about Tristan Hill on my channel is that I don't think it was ever a question of talent. It was always up here. And you had brought something up that doesn't get talked about anymore because he's no longer a rookie. But he did go through a struggle with his coaches his senior year. And then to come in the next year with a no-nonsense coach like Rod Marinelli with a coaching staff, a lame duck coaching staff, I think the patience was very thin for a rookie like Tristan Hill.
It was. And I want you guys to also take into consideration the same thing that Tristan was going through is the same thing that Taco went through.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, their situations parallel each other, and it has more to do with the room, right? It has more to do with the room than those two young players. Taco left and went to Miami and balled out. He ended the season with 5 or 6 sacks. Yeah. He'd have been in second. Who led the Cowboys in sacks last year? Robert?
I think Robert Quinn, 14.
Yeah, Quinn. Okay. Who had the second most?
D-Law.
And with how many?
5.
And how many did Taco have?
Yeah, 6.
Right. So was it really the player or was it the room? And now Taco is with the world champions and from everything that I hear is doing outstanding up there. So
that's a good point about the room, Tuck. Yeah. Because we said this on the hype, didn't we, James, where we talked about how Tristan Hill, if you look at the room, right, the first person that spoke up for Tristan Hill publicly was rookie Neville Gallimore.
Right.
Gallimore spoke up, and we were like, okay, this makes sense because the room, when you told James before, the room wasn't feeling Tristan Hill. The room last year lost 2 or 3 players. This year it picked up a McCoy, a Poe, Neville Gallimore. That room is different now.
It's a lot different.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot different, and you can point directly to the guys that are no longer in the room. And not that those guys are bad guys,
right.
But they create a culture within that room, right?
Yeah.
The coaches are gone. Everybody but Big Cat. Big Cat's still back. He's still there, but the culture was established.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're not a part of that, or you don't jump in and you swim the same direction they're swimming, it's going to be hard on you. It's going to be hard on you.
And I just wanted him to get some valuable reps because that's the only way you're going to learn in this game. And they had the Kerry Hyder start, and they had the Christian Covington start, and they had Malik start. And I'm saying, like, give the young fish some time out there to play so he can learn and pick up. So now it's a new situation. I think that can you break down the difference between playing a 2-gap versus a 1-gap for those who's out there listening? Because I think that he's going to be required to do more of a 2-gap responsibility. Is that right?
Absolutely. So last year's defense with Coach Marinelli, those guys were able to run through or jet through gaps. So if you lined up in the B gap, that was your gap. You ran through it. Mm-hmm. In a 2-gap situation, if you are lined up in a 3 technique on the outside shoulder of the offensive guard, in some situations, and the reason they call it a 2-gap, you're going to be responsible for the A gap, which is immediately to your left on the other side of the guard, and the B gap, which you're already in. And so a 2-gap player, you gotta have something in your neck. Right?
I love it, man.
You gotta have something in your neck now.
Yeah.
And so that's what Don Terry Poe is, right?
Woo.
That's what Twack is. That's what Antoine Woods is, right? Those are 2-gap guys. They're gonna stand there, they're gonna hold point, and they're gonna rattle offensive linemen's chains. I think Tristan's still gonna be in a role where he's gonna be responsible for the B gap and still be able to hold point in certain situations, but also be able to. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're good. I just had a question. What is Tristan Hill's weight? Because he comes off to me as a 3-tech because he's so quick, but I think he was like 320, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think right now he's around 305.
Oh, okay. So he is down to about 305. Okay. All right.
Hey, let me ask you this one thing about Tristan. What would you say his strong points are as a player? What do you think it'll really be good? You'll see it this season. What do you think he really has to offer?
And his strength and athleticism. I mean, this dude is strong. He's super athletic. His bend, his mobility, his get off, and he's powerful, man. You remember what he did to an offensive lineman last year. During training camp, we won't talk about exactly who it was, but yeah, he's got something.
Indeed.
Yeah, I need to get on the charger. This phone about to die.
Uh-oh.
I gotta get on the car charger.
Perfect. Old Murphy Law.
Oh, it's all good, man.
Yes, indeed,
Hey,
man. That's good stuff, man.
We quick. I'll let you get to your car here. I don't want to die on this.
No, you good. I got 10%. I got time. You got to charge your car.
That's what you tell them. Hey, this is where the trenches win when it's in the third and the fourth quarter. This is trench warfare right here.
Trench warfare right
here.
Listen. I got my program director with me. We're getting ready to start talking about combine training, man. It's a little bit different this year. Mm-hmm. We're gonna start catching guys in October.
Wow.
Right. So instead of December, so we gotta make sure everything is 3 months early.
Well, let them know you're fresh off the field tonight.
Man, shoot. Hey,
he was just training.
Mm-hmm.
Man, listen, they don't care, man. It's we need you now. And you better answer the call.
we briefly,
if you don't answer the call, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna go find somebody else.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen, believe me, it's similar in this whole thing.
Yeah, man. Hold on, let me.
Waiting for pairing.
Well, you got the smart car.
Man, listen.
Talking to you.
Here we go.
You got push buttons? Okay. He don't got keys. He got push buttons, man.
You don't know what keys look like. You know what I mean?
Listen, this isn't even my ride. This is my program director. Yeah, I'm in. Oh, hold on, let me turn the light on. I'm in my little brother's car, or one of his cars, and man, that darn thing doesn't have a AC charge on. So here we go. I'm back.
All right.
Yeah.
Real quick, shout out to the chat. Everybody here joining us tonight. They're loving the information you're dropping, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I did have a question, y'all, about a guy we briefly touched on. Neville, is it Neville? Neville.
Neville Gallimore.
Canadian warrior.
Neville
I guess he
Gallimore.
got some type of name. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I actually have him too.
That's why I brought it up, because
I didn't know.
I heard you briefly
Yeah.
on Jane talk about Neville, and I
Yeah.
said, "Oh, he got Neville. He got the whole damn room."
Yeah.
So
Yeah, see, he stay on social media and see he don't be telling nobody nothing, be having all them daggone goods over there.
He got all of the good stuff, man.
give us the
Yeah, man,
skinny on Neville.
Hey, he's gonna be outstanding. His best football's in front of him. I think the only thing that might even slow his progress down was the fact that they didn't have OTAs.
Yeah.
You know, when you're able to go through OTAs, you get to shorten that curve from college to the professional game. And so that's happening for him right now, instead of happening back in May and June. So he's going to be outstanding. His best football is in front of him, man. Great first step, strong. Just needs to use his hands a little bit more at the point of attack. But you guys there?
Yeah, we here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little
Yeah, he just needs to use his hands a little bit more at the point of attack, man. He's going to be great. I'm super excited for him.
He can disengage pretty well. He can get off.
We're working on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's another thing that makes my training program different, man. We talk about playing from a fit. You know, most guys are going to work open pass rush moves and talk about, you know, holding point in the run, but how do you get off those blocks?
There you go.
And so we work from a fit 90% of the time, because the offensive lineman does his job about 95% of the time, and that's putting his hands on you. Otherwise, guys will have 7, 8, 9 sacks a game, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They
I mean,
crafty.
so
They crafty.
yeah, man.
You already know he going up against Zach, and Zach wants some hands on you. It's over with. You already know.
Yeah, man. He got those clubbers. Yeah, he gonna grab hold to you for sure. For sure.
Hey, Tuck, I want to ask you one more question. Now, when you get these guys, one thing I noticed that the guys that come into your program, I'm not saying they troublemakers, but it seems as they send. It seems like, though, they send guys to you that it's not just football. It seems like off the field that you help them off the field too, that you have something to bring as well. Talk about how that you build a relationship, you know, the off the field that goes along with this on the field. And I feel like the Cowboys send them to you because you help them off the field too. Talk a little bit about that.
So very observant. I was actually thinking about that myself not too long ago. I'm like, boy, I got David Irving. Right?
You feel me? Come on. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah. So, you know, football is so mental, man. Everything about football is mental. And sometimes you don't need a guy that's constantly yelling and screaming at you. I don't do any yelling. I don't do any screaming. And I'm here for my guys. That's on the field, off the field. You know, 3:00 in the morning, 2:00 in the afternoon. You know, long as I have breath in my lungs, I'm here for you. And so, you know, if you're a trainer, then you're a teacher. And I only had teachers yell at me when I was not doing what I was supposed to do. Right. For the most part, they were calm and they were making sure that I understood what it is I was supposed to do. And I take that same approach to my training program. And again, like I said, I'm there for my guys. You know, my success, their success is my success. I'm a behind the scenes guy. You know, I'm not, you know, so it's been interesting that I've had some guys that have some trouble stuff going on. It's I think it's organic that it happened that way, but it's a blessing and a huge responsibility for me to be able to make sure that those guys are successful on the field, and then just always be an advocate for them and be there for them when they're off the field.
Man, you're speaking some good stuff right there. Speaking of that, and I know there's nothing to do with defensive line talk, but what is your thoughts on Earl, man? Earl Thomas.
Listen, man, that I don't know Earl personally, but I you know, there's only about 1 degree of separation between guys, man, and that dude, everything I know about him has been outstanding. Obviously, he had a little bit of something going on this summer. Not sure what it was. I'm not sure what went on with Baltimore. I mean, I'd love to find out exactly what happened there. I know he's wanted to play for the Cowboys for quite a while, and I don't think he's made a secret of that either. He's talking about a Texas guy, you know. So, you know, I'm the last one to pass judgment on a situation, right? Heaven forbid somebody pass judgment on me, man. So, you know, I'm just gonna wait to see how that plays out, man. If he ends up in Dallas, you're gonna see somebody so happy. Whatever happened prior to, I think it all goes out the window. Just in my opinion. Just in my opinion.
Yes, indeed. What's your thoughts on this, though? My bad, big game.
No, you
James.
good. You good.
It's an old saying: the defensive front helps the secondary, or the secondary helps the defensive front. What is your thought on that? Since we're
best friends. Hey man, we're best friends, man. The DBs are our best friend in the world, bro.
Best friend.
If those dudes is back there covering, we got that much longer to go hunt the quarterback. And if we're hunting the quarterback, then those dudes don't have to cover, man. So those are our best friends, man. You know, it's that Golden Girl song, man. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend, man.
World and back again.
That's it. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Well, what is your thoughts on the overall group up front we have this year? Is it an improvement over last year? We all believe it is.
It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. You arguably have the best linebacker tandem in the NFL, and you know what they did with the defensive line. Hell, I thought it was going to be difficult to improve on what they already had here, and they went out and did it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So phenomenal. I'm super excited for those guys over there, man. It's
I wish we had McCoy though, man.
That's what I was just about to say. Think about this though, Tuck.
Yeah.
Think about this though, Tuck. We were all excited about McCoy. He was like the biggest signing before Everson Griffin, in my opinion. But then to see him go out and us just after a day, it's like everybody moved on, but like, we okay. That's huge in my eyes because McCoy was going to be a huge piece. But I'm telling you, dog, Everson Griffin, he's my new favorite player.
Losing Gerald was huge. Losing Gerald was huge, but it's not gonna stop the party. Simply because you have pieces there already that are going to do just as well. What Gerald provided obviously was leadership and experience and depth. But you know, Tyrone Crawford had his best years playing inside.
Yeah.
Right. Your boy they just picked up from Minnesota, Griffin, had his best years playing inside at the 3 technique. You know, so you know, what did he get? 20-something sacks as a D tackle. I mean, so they're gonna be just fine, man. I'm super excited to see what they do. I don't even think they have a bunch of question marks with the secondary. I think the secondary is gonna feed off that box, man, and that box is bringing hellfire with them this year. And I'm not even a Cowboy fan, bro. I'm just telling you, they got something this year.
That's the plan. That seems to be what they're working with because, you know, aside from drafting the cornerback Trevin Diggs in the second round, they really didn't go out and sign these big priced or big name free agents in the secondary. But we know what they did do? They went out and signed those big name free agents on the defensive line.
Correct.
The trenches. That's why they call it trench warfare.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I tell people all the time. See, the front five, the offensive line, they don't rotate, but the defensive line that we got, the front four, they rotating this year, baby. And rounding that fourth quarter, look for those sacks to start coming. And speaking of that, they thinking about moving Jalen Smith, not just being in the backfield, but closer to that line where you talking about where the trenches are at. How you think they're going to work out for Jalen Smith?
I can't wait to see it. You know, he did some of those things when he was in college at Notre Dame, right? So it's in his DNA, man. I can't wait to see it. You know, if that's gonna be part of their package, man, I'm excited to see that. That just makes him that much more versatile and hard for the opposing offensive coordinator to prepare for.
Indeed. Absolutely.
Yes,
Got a
sir.
couple questions in the chat here. This one was basically a stat prediction. He said, "What's your prediction in sacks for Aldon Smith?"
Oh, he's gonna get 10 plus.
Ooh,
Ooh, wait,
I'll be aiming low.
whoa.
He
Wait
didn't
a
even
minute.
stutter.
I'll be
He
aiming low, man.
didn't
I'd love
even
to hear
stutter.
that.
He didn't even stutter. He
You
said,
didn't
10
stutter,
plus.
man.
Yeah,
He didn't
hey, man, we had that conversation. I mean, we talked about it. I said, bro, can you go get double digits? He was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna go get double
Oh,
digits. I said,
man.
well, let's do it.
I'm telling you, this I'm hearing this, man.
Let's do it.
Woo-wee. I'm gonna have to say, Mama, I need some refill on this drink
man.
over here. You know,
Remember,
hey, B Tucker, go ahead. My bad.
I was just
Scott.
going to say in the chat, if you have a question for Brandon Tucker, make sure you put hashtag LNH before the question. But go ahead.
Mhm. Yeah, I want to talk about this guy, Randy Get Down
Yeah.
Gregory. What is your thoughts on him? Because I think that he can just wake up tomorrow and get you 10 sacks. If they allow the brother to just play the game of football, I think Randy Gregory got those type of skill sets and traits. I look back in the 2018 game, he was getting off the line so quick. They were saying like, hey, encroachment,
Yeah.
you know, because he just that fast. Talk to me about
I
him.
love his game. I love his game.
Mhm.
You know, he's not with the Cowboys right now for something that under this new CBA is okay, right?
Yeah.
So when are they gonna bring him in? When are they gonna reinstate him? Is what I want to know. Because if that guy's on the field, he's gonna change some things, man. He's gonna make some teams change their protection. I mean, that he's phenomenal, man. He's phenomenal. I love everything about his game, and I don't know Randy personally, but just watching him, I mean, I love his game. I love his game.
That damn band.
Ooh, serious.
There ain't but a few players, it seems like, have that special type of bend where they can, like Law would say, cut the grass with the elbow. Like
I love that damn saying.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's perfect because when you put that in slow motion, you've seen. I mean, Robert Quinn was doing it for us last year, and it was so exciting. If let's be honest, if Dallas Cowboys get Randy Gregory this year with everybody they have and we're healthy, man, I'm slapping fools at work.
Well, I got one for you.
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna ask him about this Aldon. He can kick to the opposite side, right?
Oh yeah.
He can play anywhere.
Randy.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I got a question. Daryl O says, "What would your third down NASCAR package be with who the Cowboys have right now?" So if you're going to put all your pass rushers out there, who you putting out there?
Man, I'm obviously I'm gonna put Tank. It'll be Floyd, Griff, and Ty. Man, let's go hunt.
Who's Floyd?
Aldon Smith. So that's his alter ego, is Floyd.
I knew you.
I was about to say that. That's the third time. I was like, man, who's Floyd?
Look,
I know we didn't get Floyd from
That's Aldon, man. That's his alter ego, man, Floyd.
See?
Okay, see, we learned some more stuff, man. So when I see him, I'm like, man,
what's up, Floyd?
What's up, Floyd?
Yeah.
Hey, chat. Hey, squad. If y'all not getting hyped for Aldon Smith right now, this ain't coming from us. From fans who we love Aldon, we want to see him do well. This is coming from the guy that's working with him directly. He's having these conversations with him. He's challenging Aldon Smith. Man. Woo.
Man.
You know what? But you know what though? He challenges me, man. It's really the other way around with him. Yeah, he challenges me, man. So he's special. When I tell you he's special, long as he stays healthy, you know, he's gonna put together something that we've never seen in the NFL, man. He took a 5-year sabbatical.
Right.
Okay. And here it is, a player that's taken. I mean, you tell me when that's ever been done.
I asked Darren Woodson on the show way back, right? Months ago when Aldon Smith got signed. I said, Darren, can you give us a player perspective on taking off that long? And he said, dog, honestly, I don't recall ever being out or anyone I've known being out that long. It's going to be, it's different. Very different. And if anybody can do it, it's him. He is, he's just been on the shelf.
and the skill set hasn't degraded. What has happened is he's gotten stronger and bigger, and he's wiser. And so, I mean, that's amazing. He has, if he'd have played these last 5 years, you're talking about what,
sack numbers
600, 700 snaps a season these guys are taking, sometimes more. And he doesn't have that. So all his tread on his tires are still there. It's like he's been in a time capsule, man. Let's pop him out and let him go play.
Man, that's a great analogy right there. What happened?
Yeah, I was fading out. We forget when he was at his peak, or he was getting 14, 15, 19 sacks in the season.
Right.
So yeah, man, I'm really excited for him. Any questions you guys got in your chat here? I'm looking at a few here.
Nah, I'm good. I'm just feeling good off the feed as far as, man, I'm just ready for this season to get started because, like you said, everybody that's been around Aldon Smith in the Cowboys and period just said, man, this dude is phenomenal. It's like he's never left the field. And like you said, comeback of the year story here's the thing that's going to be really great about this, that we can talk about the on-field with Aldon and whatever he does, but we really should be excited about the off-field that he's done.
Yes.
The improvements he's made off the field.
As a
and
person.
if he can come back and do what he does on the field and still continue to be great off the field, I think that's one of the greatest comeback stories in the NFL in a very long time.
Without question. Without question.
Lunatic wants to know, you can pick any one of the D linemen, but he said, what do you think some of the current D linemen need to work on more? I guess some of the guys you've been working with.
That's tough to say. Because I really focus on guys' strengths instead of their weaknesses or areas of deficiency right now, right? Because it's so late. We got to go with what we got.
Right.
And so again, outside of the rookie, man, having to work his hands at the point of attack. Remember I talked about training being, intimate and where you can be vulnerable. Right. I'm not gonna speak on what my guys' weaknesses
are. There you go.
That makes sense.
There you go. That's That's a great answer. That's a great answer because we didn't want to get this information out because believe it or not, we small time, but there's certain clips that go viral.
Tell him, Sky. Tell him, Sky.
We ain't the big networks, but we've had some people repost some stuff. So great answer.
Great answer. So on the flip side, the front five, the offensive line. Have you ever worked with any of the Cowboys players on that side? And do you have any scouting reports on Connor Williams or Connor McGovern? Do you think that they can fight for a role on this team as it relates to left guard?
So I stay in my lane. I'm a D-line guy. I've got guys that train offensive line for me and with me. As far as Connor, the only thing I know about Connor Williams is he got a whole lot of nasty in him right now, man. They say that dude is out there finishing people. But other than that, man, that the Cowboys are, for the last, I'm gonna say 5 or 6 seasons, have had one of the best offensive lines in the league. I don't see a huge drop off. I know we're down a guy, but other than that, man, I think they're gonna be fine. I think Looney's gonna do a hell of a job this year.
I sure as hell hope so.
Right,
my man Travis is going.
Yeah,
you need your Looney
or be at it. Step up quick, Rick.
Yeah.
All right, let me see here. Lunatic. Lunatic. This is one he can answer without giving away intel. He says, would you prefer a natural talent or a high motor kind of guy? And before you answer that, I love the question because we had a guy last 4 or 5 years in Rob Marinelli who he dubbed the guys that came in with high motors orphans. He didn't care how good they were as long as they played hard, and he didn't care if they were a big name. Me personally, give me the guy that's uber talented, but also has a high motor.
Yeah, those guys are hard to find, brother.
Yeah,
those guys are hard to find. If I'm building a team, I want a high motor guy.
Yeah,
I want a high motor guy. I want somebody that's going to get after the quarterback or the ball carrier like you're gonna fight for air if you're in a pool drowning. So So that's the type of guy that I want. But you know, that talented guy, you know, you better have some tolerance for that talent. For them, a lot of times, those super high end talented guys, especially in the trench on the defensive side of the ball, defensive linemen, you know, we come with some baggage. Listen, you cannot be normal and do what defensive linemen do play after play.
Repeat that again.
We're running into
Say that
no,
again.
you can't be normal, man. You can't be normal. So when you hear about guys getting in mix-ups at the bar or at the club, having any type of anger issues, hey man, it comes with the business. Now this is what you are, man, and it's difficult for people that are what I call civilians. They're outside of this thing to truly grasp and understand. You know, they're supposed to walk up to a who listen, walk up to a gladiator and expect for him to be kind and gentle, right? Sure, we can, but how small, how tight is that trigger, man, if we can go, right? And so, you know, we're not normal. You know, we're not normal.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not for everybody what we do on a defensive line.
Not at all. Not at all.
So many people talk ill of TC Tyrone Crawford, but when they see him in person,
they ain't got nothing to
in the
say.
Physical form. They be like, hey, man, good game, man.
Listen, man,
because
they
that's
saw
how
TC
he is,
at that
man.
bar.
He's boisterous.
Bro.
Yeah. He can move some
hey, man,
furniture.
that dude is fantastic. He's absolutely fantastic. I've never had a chance to work with him, but you know, I know him. We've been in the room plenty of times together. Man, this dude, he's fantastic, man. You know, and so, you know, certain people get tested, man, because of who knows what. That's not one that you want to test, man. I mean, you know, let him make it. Let him make it.
Look, when I seen
let him make it. Let him make it. Yeah, man. Don't make him turn into that guy, man. That dude, listen, he is a tremendous human being, man. Let him make it. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Robbie said across the league.
Yeah.
Show tape to.
So who do I show tape of?
Tape of. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Tape of.
Okay. So the first guy I show tape of is Aaron Donald.
Number one.
Number one. And the reason I show tape of Aaron, you know, we look at AD to say, okay, you guys can't do that. Right? So you don't have what he has. Don't try to emulate what AD does. Okay. So you know, when you're looking at those jump throughs that everyone's trying to do now, you know, AD runs up the field, right?
Yes.
The difference when he runs up the field versus most, when he runs up the field, he is bringing a guard with him. Okay. Most guys want to run up the field and they don't have the guard. The guard is up on the backer. Okay. And so the majority of when we're looking at AD is, okay, don't try this at home.
Right.
This isn't normal.
It's not normal.
This isn't normal stuff. And so, you know, before him, it was Warren Sapp. Dog, you can't do what the big fella's doing, right? You gotta find out what you're good at and do that. You know, from a technical standpoint, you know, I like the Bosa brothers both. I like them a lot.
Man.
I like them. I like them a lot, man. And that's about where I'm gonna stop. Because again, you know,
different.
You know what? Well, they're different, but again, you know, to my younger players, they got to work on what they're good at doing. Okay.
Yeah.
You can't pattern your game after someone else if you don't possess every single attribute that they have. Right. So if you don't have their speed, if you don't have their strength, if you don't have their athleticism, you're not going to be able to play like them. And so
Facts.
so we focus on. I saw a couple I'll show a couple clips, man, because you need to show it. But listen, you can't do what those guys do. You need to do what you do. So yeah. that's how our film study of other players goes.
Let me ask you this. So do you prefer a guy, when you was talking about technique, do you prefer a guy with band or do you prefer a guy with hand placement? Because I look at D-Law, he don't have a lot of band, but he got shoulder dip, he got great hand placement, and his footwork is phenomenal. But when I look on the opposite side, like a Randy Gregory or Robert Quinn, when we had him, those guys are bandy guys with dexterity. What do you do? Do you kind of like put them into a corner and say, okay, this is what you're working good with, and this is what I'm going to really embellish, or is it other things that you try to incorporate?
Great question. Great question. I've got to work with what I'm given.
Okay.
And so my evaluation process of a player is lengthy. I've got to be able to put him in certain situations to see how he responds. And then we go from there. And that's why, again, I think my guys come back to me. I can't train professional guys in big groups because everyone is so different, right? Everyone's scheme is different. And so I have to work on what those guys do well naturally. So it's simple. If I got a dog that wants to bite somebody, I'm not going to put him out there to bark. Right. And so if I got a barking ass dog, excuse my language.
No, you good. It's late night hype.
It's the late night hype.
Remember, you in the trenches. You allowed to do that. You crazy. Man. You crazy.
Yeah, man. I'm not going to expect that barking dog to bite somebody. And so I gotta take what these guys present to me. And so, if I got a guy that's a knee bender versus a guy that's a waist bender, or a guy that wants to be really, really physical versus a guy that wants to be finesse, I've got to work with their natural attributes, and then equip them with just enough balance so they can be effective.
Man,
can you hear me?
Stuff,
great answer. Oh yeah, we can hear you. Great answer.
Hey, Bradley Annied, he's one of the young phenoms that we
Annihilator.
What have you? The Annihilator. Now he got short arms. He's already put in a very uncomfortable situation with his arms. But he's a high motor guy.
There you
go. How would you?
Well, he got a tool set on him too, Law.
He got some tools. He got a
nice tool belt.
Man, listen.
But talk to me about how you do that thing.
Again, I'd have to actually have him.
Right.
I don't punish guys because they have short arms. I don't think it matters, man. I hadn't seen a T-Rex lose any battles, man. T-Rex he got little bitty arms, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that measurables sometimes are overrated, man. Measurables are overrated, man. Let's look at the complete player. And so I'd actually have to have him to let you know in detail how I work with him. And then I got to know what type of personality he is, man. So, personality is huge.
Yeah.
Personality is huge. We may vibe and we may not. I vibe with most, but hell, I don't vibe with everybody. So, yeah, I'd have to have him. But man, him short arms, obviously.
I think Tuck, the all that stuff is because of the combine. The 40, the long arms, this to that. The combine just made all that stuff this buzzword or buzz trait or measure or what have you. If you can play, you can play.
But speaking off of that, Scott, that's why Aaron Donald dropped. He was undersized, right?
Aaron Donald was going to be a Cowboy.
Oh my God,
he was. If they didn't take him, he was going to be a Cowboy.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
How bad did they miss on him? How bad?
Well, we got Zach.
Well, we got Zach though.
We got Zach.
Got Zach.
Oh no, but look at my dog. Hey, he trench warfare. You can't mention offensive line when you're talking to a defensive line.
He shook his head
he like, nah.
Hey, Tuck, you know what it kind of remind me of? Here's what it remind me of, and it's wild though, because we had a chance, or I think we had a chance, correct me if I'm wrong, to get J.J. Watt back the same draft as Tyron Smith. And when you look at it from a distance, you're like, oh, we got Tyron Smith, Hall of Famer, left tackle, we're good. But J.J. Watt's a 3-time defensive player, right, of the year. Then same thing with Aaron Donald and Zach Martin. Zach Martin, Hall of Famer, going to go down as one of the greatest offensive guards of all time probably. But Aaron Donald's going to go down as the modern-day John Randall. So what do you do? Tough.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
I know.
You know, gatekeepers are typically are more valuable than defensive linemen, man. I hate to say it, but those gatekeepers, man, you can get a whole lot more out of them longevity wise than you can with defensive linemen. So
Facts.
I get that. You know, defensive linemen, hey man, we're our athleticism is our calling card. Gatekeepers, their technique is their calling card. So as they begin to degrade athletically, if their technique is sound, hey man, they're gonna be just fine. You know, that's why you got guys playing on offensive line in their damn 40s.
Out of
mid-30s. Yeah. And think about it this way: they play the majority of their career going backwards.
Absorbing contact, not dishing it out.
Correct.
Yeah. I had a great question. As a trainer, Michael DeRee says, "What's a D-line trait you can't teach?" That is a top on the list. That's, I guess,
Size.
Size.
You can't teach size. You can't teach size. You can increase. You can improve just about everything else. You can improve strength, agility, athleticism. You work on it hard enough, you will be able to increase it, even if it's just a couple of degrees. But size is one thing that you can't. There's nothing. If you're not big, you're just not big.
And that heart, you gotta have that heart, man. This is a good conversation with you, B Tuck.
Oh, it's amazing. Can't wait to chop this up. Before we let you go, though, who exactly is your team?
Man.
So I'm
drum roll. When you said, when you said you're not a Cowboys fan, I was like, well, okay, all right.
Great question. So let me correct that. I'm what you call a closet Cowboy fan.
See,
I'm a closet Cowboy fan.
You kept it real though.
Kept it a bean.
You got so many of them tucked that won't.
That's correct.
I'm glad you kept it real.
You kept
it real. I got too many guys, man, to say that I'm just absolutely not. I'm a closet Cowboy fan, but I'm from Los Angeles originally, so my team is the Raiders, man. They left.
That's cool.
Went to Vegas.
That's cool.
So, but yeah, that's my team.
As long as you didn't say Eagles, Giants, or Redskins, we cool.
You cool.
No.
Hey, is David Irving gonna play this year or next year?
So,
that's a long pause, B Tuck.
Well, here's the thing, man. I think David. I think he's doing what he wants to do. I think that if he really wanted to play, he has the opportunity to. If he really wanted to, so I don't know. I'll be sure and ask him. I'll give him a call here and ask him. I know he applied for reinstatement.
Yeah.
I know there were teams that were interested in bringing him in, especially with the new CBA. We actually scheduled time to go to train. I think James and I talked about that.
Yeah, we did.
He was on the schedule to get back to work. So I don't know. I've talked to him. I just hadn't talked to him about it. Again, I'm there for my guys, and so if they don't bring it up, I'm interested. No, so I'll ask him.
I really wish he, had it together because he is so talented.
Gosh, my God,
so talented.
My goodness, man. He was telling Jason Garrett the right thing. I can roll out of the bed.
I mean, he wasn't lying.
He wasn't lying.
He wasn't lying.
Yeah. And again, think about. I don't know if this current staff is there. David Irving's still playing football.
Yeah.
He's still playing football. Again, man, that the team you go to and the coaches that you run really have a profound effect on what type of player you're going to be.
Coaching matters.
Yes, indeed, man. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, man.
Hey, Big Duck. Hey, we appreciate you, big dog.
Oh my
Like, this
goodness.
is awesome. Hey, just love the personality. Not only just like what you're doing for the Cowboys, but like I said before we get off here, I just want to give you salute what you do to the do for the kids, the high school kids, the youth, the guys that are in college. A lot of people don't see that, and like you said, you are a role model to these kids, man. I see your page, the trench warfare, and what I love about it is all those kids come back to you. They come back to you after 3, 4, 5, 6 years. And like, this was the man to help me get there. And, you know, I coach football and youth football, and it means everything to you when you see a kid who you coach.
Yeah.
You see him in 5 or 6 years, he happens to see you. He's like, hey, what's up, coach? How you doing? I love everything you did for me. That makes you feel like, you know what? That's why I do this.
For sure, man. And I'm gonna say this. I got a tremendous team around me, right? I mean, I couldn't imagine doing anything that I'm able to do or blessed to do without the team that I have around me, man. My program director's here with me right now. Oh, watch this. Look. Hey, man.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
How you doing, man?
How you doing? That
Young
dude
King.
right there, man. I'm an old football coach, man. I got some-timers. I forget stuff. And, man, if it wasn't for that dude right there, man, administratively, I'd be spinning. I wouldn't know what's going on. And so
Hey,
I got a tremendous staff,
I know how
man.
you feel because us three, we work together as a team with this show, man. Listen, man. So I know exactly how you feel.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, for sure, man. But nah, it's a blessing to be in this space. It's an absolute blessing to be in this space.
Yeah, man, it's a blessing, man, for
Awesome,
you to
bro.
come on the show, man,
Yes,
and
it
bless
has
us with
been.
all of these brilliant words and adulations and all of that good stuff, man. Tell your
man.
program director, man, hey, man, we really appreciate him over here. And if he need us to do anything, whether it be film or even reaching out to some players that we get in contact with, man, we got you, you know.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure,
And-
for sure.
And the
for
viewers, they really did appreciate the knowledge you brought in here today, the insight. So they want to give you your salutes and a big thank you.
Hey, man, appreciate it, man. Appreciate
Yes,
it.
Hey,
Yeah, you guys,
love you, big
James
dog.
always been good to me, man. He's always been real good to me.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, when we first kicked it, it was like we hit it off like instantly, and then we just became super cool. So it's just a beautiful thing that's going to continue to grow, dog. And just be safe out there today. Be safe in these streets because you know it's crazy out there. And, you know, we'll be talking soon, dog. And I love you for life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Talk to you guys soon. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Tuck.
Appreciate you,
Have a good night, brother.
Take it
All
easy.
right, now.
Woo, man.
Great.
What
great
an
show,
amazing interview, brother. Amazing
Yes,
interview.
indeed.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thanks, bro. Here's what we're gonna do. Give us a few minutes here, and then we're gonna come back, finish the show. Is that the game, James Law? Y'all come back?
Yeah.
All right, let's rock out to some beats real quick.
All right, man. I'm gonna jump off, man. Hit me up if you need anything.
Okay. All right, cool.
Gotcha, fam.
Take it easy,
Look,
Tuck.
man, on to Texas. Let's get it in.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
Got you.
Peace. Man, you wasn't lying about Tuck.
Oh, that's original.
He's cool.
Right there,
He's
man.
cool, man. He's man, dog.
Is
He's
good
super cool.
peoples.
He is good peoples. You know what I'm saying? He just, I that's my dog. Like, that's my dog. I'm mad that we didn't, you know, the COVID came because we were supposed to go out to the draft together and kick it. And he had some players lined up for me interviewing at the combine. It was about to go down and they was like COVID. I was like, for real?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It was like COVID.
COVID.
Hey, stick around here in the chat, man. I'm getting to you. Just setting stuff up over here. And then we're going to come right back. In fact, matter.
They don't make people like Tuck no more, man.
No,
That's
they don't.
original.
Nah,
he
man,
don't go out there trying to claim credit and stuff like that.
No, I felt his vibe when we was just back here getting situated. And, you know, he's just in there eating, chilling. Like, y'all go ahead, man. Take your time. Like, man, he cool
You
as hell.
know, that's this real stuff. And just like you said, the biggest thing he always says, like, I don't be on social media. I mean, Sky hit me, was like, what's this social media stuff, big dog?
He said for real, just Facebook.
I said Facebook,
Right.
dog. He's not like on social media. He'll post here and there, and basically he'll just, you know, give shout outs to some players or something like that. But he stays out the limelight, and I think that's what I really like about him.
Hey, James, give some people some backstory on how you met him, man, because that's amazing, fam, to get that connect.
It was through Bobby Belt. A couple years ago when I had met Bobby Belt, me and Bobby just happened to be talking, and I was he had a video of Brandon Tucker. He was training D-Law, he was training Malik Collins, and he was training Taco. And I was like, that's dope. And I asked Bobby, I was like, who's that? He's like, oh, that's Brandon Tucker. I said, hey man, I need to meet him. He said, oh, okay. He gave me this information. And then I just, I got in Tuck's inbox and I told him, I respect his work. And then, he's just a cool dude. And we hit it off instantly. Like we just became instant friends. And then he was just like, and then I was like, can you come on my show? He came on my show. And that's when we talked about D-Law and Taco was a rookie. And then, you know what I'm saying? He said, anytime you need anything on, who I'm training thing, just always hit me up. I'm always be here for you. I said, man.
OG connection, man. That's good, man.
Mm-hmm. So it's a beautiful thing.
I know y'all just saw that phone number up there, but phones won't be on tonight. So look that up.
Sorry.
It was picking it up.
Everybody's picking it up like.
Yeah, I didn't want them to go ahead and start calling and be like, why ain't they coming through? No phone lines tonight. I know y'all probably like, damn, trying to get in. But real quick, man, shout out to y'all in the chat. Drop them fire emojis if you enjoyed the interview by Brandon Tucker. I'm going to give him a round of applause and give you guys a round of applause. They was engaged. They were engaged in that chat. They were asking some great questions. I couldn't get to all of them for Tuck, but I just loved how he was just kicking it, and answering them and dropping some gems, man. Dropping some gems. Fernando says, shout out to all three of you guys. You keep growing y'all channels. Much love. I think it was, a couple other Terrence said he loves late night hype. I mean, people, Dak Attack was shouting us out. Just people are loving the content that we're bringing here, and we really appreciate those compliments.
Oh yes, yeah. I mean it's been a beautiful thing, and wait till you see us tomorrow.
Yeah,
we got some good stuff for you.
That's why I'm trying to hold off on the lines, because tomorrow.
Yes, tell them, Sky.
We're going to have Kyle Yeoman. So some of you guys are probably not familiar with Kyle Yeoman. He's fairly new to DallasCowboys.com, but he's a writer, he's a host, he's an insider, he's plugged in all the way in down there, and he is at the practices daily. He is at the practices daily. He's given Twitter, if you're on Twitter, daily reports, of what's going on at practice. So I said, why don't we get him in here so he can give the nation, the universe, Dallas Cowboys universe, the reports up close and personal and in words, not text, because it's only so much you can put in as 140 characters or whatever it is now.
Right.
280, I don't know. So we're going to get him on here, and we're going to keep him for a minute. He can go. I've seen him on a few other shows. He's down to talk for a minute and give us his insight on what's going on. And really, guys, it's not so much his analytical view and everything. It's just that he's at practice.
He's our eyes.
Right. He's our eyes.
And ears,
Yeah, he's our eyes. We don't get to see it this year, so he's he's the only thing. He's one of the keys that we can lean on.
Absolutely. And with the little bit of video footage that we do get, we're trying to give it to you via our channels. Be it a video we drop, a clip we drop. I just did drop the highlights. I did offensive highlights. If you guys want to go see the offensive highlights from, the rest of the camp or up to camp, go check that out.
And it's dope.
We don't have that footage like we had last year and 2 years ago, where they was giving us daily plays and everything like that. Now, Law,
go ahead, talk to me.
You did say we might be getting a scrimmage.
Yeah.
Televised? Is this true?
The blue and white. Let me see. J Form, let me know, man, whether or not they're going to air the blue and white game this weekend. If so, then already know the late night hype got to call the play-by-play. We didn't. We got to call that. And I know we got our dark horses. Mine is number 41, Reggie Robinson. I know Big Game James, number 81. Those guys, that John V. Johnson, they got to show us something. I don't know who your guy is, Sky.
Well, my pet cat.
Yeah, your pet cat or your dark horse.
Dark horse, because John Vane, my pet cat.
He's not.
No, he's my dark horse to make that six receiver.
So I'm coining a different phrase this year. I don't have a pet cat. I have a vet cat.
Oh, he said
yeah.
vet. How about can I say fat cat?
Hold on. No. My vet cat is Daryl Worley. I got
you've been spitting him.
You getting burned too, though. But go ahead.
Well, he's fighting. You know, all those corners. If you really look at it, Bouzier burnt. He got burned a lot of times.
Yeah.
Brown has got. Lewis got. Worley got. These receivers ain't no joke.
Mm-hmm.
But Daryl Worley is still having a good camp. And all I'm going to say is stay tuned for Thursday's Throwback Thursday. Y'all know we had him on the show. So I'm going to have some for the viewers for Thursday's Throwback Thursday. But Daryl Worley's my vet cat because I think he's having a decent enough camp. And it sounds like they're going to get him on the field, as you would say, Law, one way or another.
Yeah.
That's my vet cat. A pet cat, it's tough, man, because
my pet cat is 31, but go ahead.
But that don't count. See, that's what I was about to say. You can't count a second-round pick as a pet cat.
Come on. Y'all know I don't like defense. I love it. My dog.
I pick second-round Diggs. That's my dog. I love him because he's a receiver.
Because I was just about to say, Law. I said you can't count. I can't say CD Lamb. I can't say Trevor Diggs.
He don't count.
They don't count. So if I'm going to go pet cat, I can't even go Cedric Wilson because he's a veteran on the team. The reason why I say vet cat with Worley's because he wasn't on the team last year.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Right, and he's a veteran. So if I had to go pet cat, y'all drop y'all pet cats here in the chat. Hashtag LNH pet cat.
Fat cats, pet cats, or vet cats.
Who else I'm trying to look at somebody else that can be my pet cat now that you mentioning it.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that.
Francis
James.
James.
but
you read my damn mind. I can't do that. I don't want to do that because you know why?
You know why?
The universe know good goddamn well. I say he ain't making the team. So
that's why I don't want to mention him. And
he's standing out though. So kudos to Francis.
I hope my homeboy. Well, we were talking about off air. I hope my homeboy don't ever hear my video where I was like, he ain't making the team. I did a
You know what though? So here's the thing, y'all. And look, this is kind of overtime here with Late Night High. We just kicking it.
Right.
Here's the thing about that. The thing I'm learning, because I'm still new into this and what have you. But the thing I'm learning is, bro, we recorded. So what we say, it's on air. People gonna go back and they gonna say what they say. But here's my thing. I can change. I'm cool with changing my mind. I'm cool with saying I'm wrong. I have no problem making fun of myself. I have no problem admitting I'm wrong. So,
hey,
if my man,
y'all was doing Bernard wrong. But I was like, Bernard know how to play off of Bradley and I. Remember that senior game? He was playing off of him. When Bradley was making the play.
Oh, their defense was phenomenal.
Look at the other kid. I was like the other kid, but y'all saw that breakdown from Vach, and y'all saw that breakdown from somebody else, and y'all was like, we kind of in the middle of the road with him because he kind of don't like that being disconnections. He don't know how to shed and get off.
That's the thing. Like that's what worried me. Law is like he was good in Utah's defense to an extent. He was good at what they asked him to do. Vach had a breakdown on him that was very informative to me, but
he was getting swallowed.
Right.
He was just getting wrapped up into the modern day, plays. But he's standing out in camp, so kudos to him. I'm getting some pet cats. Somebody said
I'm worried about this though, Jay. I'm worried about that though.
What's that? Well, here's the thing. I'm
go ahead. Worried about who?
Well, I'm only worried about it because during this time last year, a little bit before this time last year, you couldn't tell me that Reggie, what's his last name, Davis, wasn't going to do anything until like the preseason came on. They slapped them pads on, and it was a whole new reality. It's like he couldn't catch anything, and he heard them footsteps, and he showed that.
Same thing with John V. Johnson.
John Vay, he had at least one good game in the preseason, but Reggie, he just disappeared. I think it was the
San Francisco
game.
game.
Yeah, it was the Francisco game. Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
But that was it.
I'll read. So who was it? Sin City said Sin City say TP. Somebody said Tony Pollard. I can't let y'all do that.
You can't get.
I can't let if I'm coming at Law about Trevin Diggs, I gotta come at you about TP.
Somebody said Siwoo.
Siwoo. Okay, that's fair. Bradley and I. That's a very popular one here in the chat. It's Bradley and I.
Oh, I got my pet cat for you guys. I got him. I did the film a little bit, and it's going to be released tonight. I got my pet cat for you. You guys want to know who my pet cat is?
Who is that?
Luke.
I'm flipping over to the offense.
Say
He's not even going to make the team. I don't believe.
Oh,
but it's number 40.
Anderson.
Yeah.
Oh, he's looking so real quick. Yeah, he's looking real fast.
Dog. I don't know. They gonna stash him though.
They got to figure out how.
They're going to stash him.
I like
Somebody said Robinson, who we just got an update, could be potentially get some safety snaps.
Mm-hmm.
Donovan Wilson. Rocksteady said Donovan Wilson.
A lot of people said Donovan.
Back Attack said Aaron Parker.
That's a good one. Receiver.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to.
Rhode Island. I don't think he's going to make it.
Roshan says Isaac Alacrone.
That's the guy from Mexico.
Dak had some good stuff to say about him.
Mm-hmm. I think he had a pancake on somebody. But just to throw this out there to the people. Ventro's a good one. Just to throw this out to the people when we were talking about Francis Bernard, my homeboy, I went to school with. Actually, we went to middle school together all the way to high school. His son, he moved to Utah. His son played football, everything. So he got married, and his nephew is Francis Bernard. And what's crazy, he got on my Facebook today and was like, he's like, hey, big dog, hey, how's my nephew looking? You think he can make the team? He's Francis Bernard. I said, what? I said, yeah, I think he definitely is going to make the damn team. And then he sent me a picture with him and with Francis and his son and all them. I said, okay.
Yeah, but if he'd asked you that 2 weeks ago,
I'd have been like, man, come on, dog. I'd have been like, hey, I mean, he trying. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Sosa, shout out to Sosa, man. As y'all can see here, the hype chat right now is powered by the Cowboys Network, aka Sosa.
And speaking of sponsorships, man, the Legends giveaway. If you guys been making donations on our channel between the first time we announced it until now, your name will be entered into a drawing.
Yeah, you want me to bring it up?
Yeah. You don't have to put down $5. You don't have to put down $30 or $50 as long as you make any donation. It could be 99 pennies, it get you in on the drawing. And all I can say is to all of the Cowboys fans, please don't let what's this guy named Philly Notion or what's his other guy named Eastside to win these drawings.
Hey, yo, listen, dog. I'm gonna just keep it a bean. They shouldn't even be qualified.
Man, but if that
not for this.
If the late night the circle falls on
this is signed by legendary people. Bob Lilly, Mel Renfro, Drew Pearson. I'm not letting no Philly fan touch that. What they gonna do? They probably gonna piss on it.
We just give you some love for contributing. But Eastside, don't tell me nothing about no Texans because you ain't saying nothing about these Rockets, dog. And I know my Mavericks is taking an L right now. But KP has already been out 2 straight games, and you ain't. I text you this morning. I got on my YouTube and said, "What's up, Eastside?" Then I text you this morning. I said, Then I text you again, and you ain't answer me. So don't be up in this feed talking about go Texans and you running from these Rockets. Hush your mouth. Hush your mouth, because you don't want to talk to me when I ask you about Rockets.
You feel good? You good now, James?
Okay, I'm sorry.
No.
I just had to get it out.
No, you're good. The only reason why I asked that is because y'all remember last week, squad, after the Lakers lost game 1 against the Trailblazers, right? What did I tell him? I said, relax.
He gave me the Aaron Rodgers.
No, you getting real rowdy off of one game when y'all took an L. So, now tell the nation, have I not been fair since we've been whooping ass the last 3 games? Have I not been sitting here chilling and just saying, you know what? Let's just let them do the talking.
Been nice.
Been nice. Well, all that stops. My Lakers is whooping ass, and you ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah.
I digress.
But,
Sorry for the yelling, y'all.
It's all good because what you did is low key to what everybody else, all these other my
It's
Laker
round
friends. They've been in my inbox. They've been texting me. They've been on my Twitter. They won't leave me alone. So I'm just done talking about your Lakers because y'all like a damn beehive. You say one thing about your Lakers and all your damn fans come attacking you. I'm done.
I've been quiet. I've been quiet, big game, James. I've been quiet.
But when they lose,
about?
we talking again.
I'm quiet. I ain't got nothing to say.
But, shoot, I forgot that. Oh, what I was about to say. Powered by Cowboys Network. That's about to say, man. Make sure I go follow him on all the channels we got here. The Twitter Cowboys Net, Instagram Cowboys Network, Facebook his Facebook page is growing faster than most. Yeah, his Facebook page is going on.
Instagram is ridiculous.
Oh, his Instagram is crazy. Instagram, he got more followers on Instagram.
20,000 likes on.
Yeah, you wow.
He deserve a blue check mark, man. They need to do something.
Hey, where my man Stevie, drop that link and if you can, drop the link in the main chat so it can go out. Make sure y'all follow him, man. What I was gonna say though is he said his vet cat is Everson Griffin.
You can't count him. You can't count.
All right. If I can't count everybody else,
Griffin's an absolute animalistic behavior.
You can't associate him with a cat,
What Mike Zimmer said about him.
Yes.
What did he say? No,
I didn't love with the violence he plays with.
Wow.
Hey, Aaron's in the building. What up, Aaron?
Roger.
And B-Tuck just hit me up. He said that was a great interview, bro. He said he loved us.
Oh, that's dope, man.
That's good stuff,
but that's what I love about y'all, the show, the community. People that come on here, how often do they say that, James and Law?
Right. Pretty much everyone.
Yeah, every time.
We haven't had one person not. Keep it real.
Yeah, man.
Why wouldn't you though? Let's keep it all the way real. Why wouldn't you? We make it fun.
You know who I want to get on the show, man? Y'all can make it happen, man. It's the Nation. I've seen like the other show with Shannon Groves and Big Nate. I want Big Nate on the show.
I heard we already had that conversation off.
Yeah, we had that. Law, we had that convo.
Okay. You trying to really speak it into the existence.
I mean,
man.
I would love
That's
to
how he rocked with Jesse Holly. I seen how
you
know
what Jesse. I told
you
what Jesse said.
What did he say? What do you say?
We ain't gonna do that tonight.
We ain't gonna say it on air.
Yeah. We'll talk after. But it's a reason why it's tough.
Yeah.
Oh.
Come on,
See,
don't act like
man,
you don't know.
It's the late night coffee, man. You know how it is, man.
Cup of coffee, as you like to say.
You know what's so funny though? Let me just say this. I got this one goofy. He always be talking trash. He likes the Cavs. He's just blowing me up my Facebook up. What? Oh, y'all losing.
What's this? Let me go look at this real quick.
We get murdered.
The Cavs?
Yeah.
You're still Cavalier fan?
Like, bro,
but ain't KP out?
Yeah, KP is out 2 straight games, bro. Like, how can you? And then, but see, when I talk to him about when they lost, oh, that was luck. But then when I go here, then as soon as they start winning, oh, what's happening now? What's happening? I just want to box you when you talk like that because you ain't fair.
Any 76er fans out there, James, that they be talking noise?
Look, I'm around them. They ain't saying nothing. You know where I'm
was Brown the scapegoat to that stuff though?
I think so. But here's the thing. I think Brown is a good coach, but for the talent that they had and for the way that team was constructed, they needed an entirely different. They needed an all-time type coach.
Yeah,
like
a dominant head.
It was that team was put together strangely. It wasn't like they had bums on the team, but when you sign 6 power forwards. Like instead, like what are you supposed to do in the league that's designed to shoot the rock and is guard oriented? I'm gonna drink that.
Well, not just that, Sky. Just like you said, all those really good players, you have them personalities. Just like Tuck said, you're gonna have when you get certain players, when you get those really really good players, you get that attitude and
definitely ball.
So you got to have that top type coach to be able to blend them personalities. And I don't know if Brown was that guy to take care of a Embiid, a Simmons, and Tobias Harris. That's a lot of strong personalities that think that I'm the man guy.
I mean, it's strong. Yeah, it's definitely personalities. But man, how weird Embiid, Simmons, and Horford. That don't even make sense.
Right.
To have them all on the same. And they did try to switch it up and put Simmons at power forward when they got back into the bubble, man. But it was too late. Like Simmons can pass the rock. He could be a point, but my guy's 6'10". Get in the damn post or develop a mid-range because he's scared to shoot the three. You can't have a point guard that is allergic to three-pointers.
Right. And you know the thing about Ben Simmons, if he got in that post and did a jump hook, he would be ridiculous. If he honed that jump hook, he'd be ridiculous with that size.
Jack Tack said, "Can you give us a Josh Norman one time for the one time?"
Normal.
Hey, James and Scott, I never got a chance to get y'all opinion on ET. Believe it or not.
Oh, really?
I've been going all day about this, man.
I can just say this one thing what Sky just said, where he said he's allowed to change his opinion or he said he was wrong. Me and Tuck did a show the day before saying, nah, you know what? We good on Thomas. We don't need that drama, this and that. And then the next
damn day.
The next day they was like, oh yeah, they talking about cutting him and releasing him. And I was like, okay, Tuck, can we retract what we just said? Because
bring that back.
I'm sorry. I want him now because this is the only thing I got to say about ET. Everybody's talking about, the locker room and how he had issues at Seattle and Baltimore. This is just my opinion. If you bring him in a one-year deal and he's always wanted to play for the Cowboys, he's a Texas boy. He's playing with Mike McCarthy. You put him on a one-year deal where he possibly has to get a contract for maybe a 2 or 3 year deal if he doesn't want to quit. Do we really think he's going to act up on that?
Here's the thing, man. Because this could be a whole entire show itself. So I'm gonna try to say this is cool. No. It was a great question because we didn't talk about it. Like as a show, we didn't talk about it. Maybe it would have came up tomorrow. But how in the hell, as a Cowboys fan, at the position of safety, can you not be in favor for bringing in Earl Thomas on a 1-year incentive-laden deal? I'm not trying to hear this. Locker room, this and that and this. First of all, this is a new coaching staff with a shit ton of new players. Is there really legitimate locker room chemistry with all those new players? They're still learning themselves. They just got into the locker room. 1, 2, you can protect yourself. Okay, if Earl comes in and he's a locker room cancer, get him off the damn team. He can be gone. But like you said, Jane, he wants to be here, right? He loves Dallas. He clearly didn't love Baltimore. He clearly wasn't a fit in that locker room. And what did Baltimore do? Tolerate it for a year, and they cut him. Is anybody sitting here saying Baltimore's worse off because of it? No. They're going to be fine. They're going to be a 10, 11, 12-win team. Okay? Here's the other thing about it. We can keep playing this safety musical chairs if you want to. The Cowboys have not addressed the safety position in a serious matter in over a decade. They haven't drafted a safety higher than the 3rd round since 2012 or 2002. The highest they drafted a safety in that time span was the 3rd round, and he was a converted running back. They've only signed 3 legitimate contracts extensions at safety. Let me tell you who they are. Undrafted free agent Barry Church, undrafted free agent Jeff Heath, and journeyman Gerald Sensabaugh. Were any of them the answers before or after?
Oh, my God.
You have the ability to go out and get one of the best safeties to ever play this game at 30 years old, hungry, might I add, hungry to prove these doubters wrong, to play on the team he loves, a team that is missing what, James? What law on defense? A safety. And you have a chance to get him for 1 year, incentive-laden, protected deal. And you mean to tell me you scared to go do that in a COVID atmosphere where anything is possible right now with a team, the defense, the offense that we have, the front 7 that we have? You scared to go get a defensive player that gets the rock when they have a front 7 in front of them? You scared of that? Then you scared to win a championship.
Mention you gonna play against the team. That's some fire that this boy's dropping over there.
You dropped a lot of fire on that, and not just that. Are we really going to be saying that we're going to be feeling good with Darian Thompson on first team?
I ain't even go there, fam. I ain't even go there yet.
I went there for you, big dog.
Dog. I can't make this stuff up. Darian Thompson played so bad one time that they put CJ, what's his name?
Goodwin.
Oh my goodness, man. And so I don't care. I know coaches elevate. I'm the first person to say, hey, coaches elevate, coaches be able to pull things out. But Darian Thompson, if he goes out there and prove me wrong, I'll be glad. But 9 times out of 10 in this type of climate, I don't think
9.5 times, 9.5 out of 10.
But keep playing around, keep playing around with it, and then we
somebody
do
else,
play the
and then
Seattle
somebody
Sea
else
Chickens
scoop them
this
up,
year.
and then we're gonna be like, damn.
Yeah, we do play the Sea Chickens this year, and we do play the Ravens.
Play the Ravens.
Yeah, so if anything, you get them for intel. You know,
what? Not even that motivation.
What do you have to lose?
Exactly.
Do not sit here and tell me about this locker room, dog. This ain't it's literally not a championship locker room yet because they haven't won a championship.
Exactly.
So what is he coming in here destroying an 8-8 locker room? I mean, what are we talking about? Stop playing scared ball. That's the damn problem with Dallas the last 15 years at the position, 10 years at the position. And I see here in the chat, they say, we paid Ken Hamlin. I know, I'm talking about in this last decade. In the last 10 years, we've given 3 contract extensions at safety, Sensabaugh, Heath, and Church. And those guys are undrafted. We haven't put real emphasis on the position. And for the life of me, squad, I don't know why. And nobody's asking the question. And Watch likes to say they don't ask the right questions.
Ken Hamlin was the last guy.
Ken Hamlin was 2007.
Yeah, and he had what? 5? He had 1 year where he had 5 interceptions.
1 year, and that was it. He fell off.
Last time we had a good production out of a safety.
Ken Hamlin wasn't the man before. He wasn't the man after. That's my point.
And
Neither
he really
was Barry
wasn't
Church.
a man when he got his head hit over with a damn. He got in that fight that cracked his head. He really wasn't a man.
Cacao. And every time you mention Gerald Sensabaugh, I think of Simeon. What's his name?
Simeon Rice in the playoffs against the Vikings.
He turned into Jerry Rice. I'm telling you, he couldn't get we couldn't get the head around to the ball. Man, that's Simeon Rice. Woo, he lit us up.
You mean
Sidney Rice.
Sidney.
I was like,
Simeon was a defense.
But yeah,
I know you're talking about.
That's how bad he whooped us, man. I know Sky was like, man, I remember that Rice. Sidney Rice killed us, boy.
In closing, as Uncle Charles likes to say. In closing, he goes on and says about 10 more things. In closing,
Uncle Charles, we love you.
I love you, Uncle.
I love some Uncle Charles.
In closing, if the Cowboys have done their homework on Earl Thomas and elect not to take him, I will stand behind it. Because at the very least, they explored the option thoroughly and said, you know what? Its off-field issues are more severe than we're willing to go to. So if they've done that, I'm okay with that. My whole thing is that you would literally, it would behoove you or what have you? Yes. To not at least explore the option of adding a guy like Earl Thomas on the team.
And not just that, Sky. When you had Jerry Jones coming on 105, the fan, and saying, he don't know what the hell he talking about. Ain't nobody made that damn decision yet. So if you jumping out there like that, Jared, then you should just go ahead and sign him now.
Just sign him.
Just sign him. You jumped out there. You came out there.
Coffee.
Just like you said, Law, the damn cup of coffee, man.
Just bring him in for a cup of coffee.
Like Sky said. I mean, you said it best right here, Sky. You didn't have to say nothing else and said, if we trying to win a championship, this is what championship teams
trying to win a championship, fam?
No,
you're trying to win a championship
team. That's what championship.
You had an opportunity to go get Earl Thomas in free agency 2 years ago. You wanted to be on the cheap, and you didn't get him. You had the opportunity to go get the Honey Badger a couple years ago for $7 million. You didn't want to go get him. You had the opportunity to trade for Minkah Fitzpatrick. You didn't want to go get him. I need somebody to ask Will McClay and Stephen Jones, why do you hate safety?
Man,
if them Niners get Earl Thomas and we don't, I'm gonna be pissed.
Look, this is what I'm going to say, man. I'm going to do like an Uncle Charles story. I got an uncle named Uncle Boo. And this guy came and knocked on the door, and it was like this. It was Amway. I know you guys probably didn't hear Amway, but they wanted to do the presentation. My uncle, we were sitting there having a good time. So he let the person come inside the door. This is many of years ago. And then he just pulled it. He looked right in the face of the Amway guy and said, with all bullshit aside, is this a pyramid scheme? And as soon as the Amway person started stuttering and stuff, he said, get out of my house. That is what Jerry need to do with Earl. Oh, he just need to bring him down for a cup of coffee and say, with all bullshit to the side, do you want to play for the Cowboys?
I love that. That's
all he got to say.
Here, I said this on Twitter, y'all. By the way, make sure you follow all of us everywhere.
Right.
And I need to actually change that. Y'all probably like, oh, I keep forgetting. I changed my damn name because Melvin cussed me out. You see that on Twitter,
yeah.
Jay?
He said, how many damn names you gonna have, Scott? Stop. We can't keep up.
Because
I gotta switch that.
Cowboys. Scott.
God,
that's it. I said,
Scott, no lie. I was trying to look you up on YouTube. I said, no, they got my guy Scott. Because when I tried to type in
and it didn't come.
Show you. I said,
so you can still actually.
They got him.
They got him. The Illuminati.
The Illuminati said you too hot, man. You is too hot. Where this
bro? You can actually type in Skywalker still, and it still will pop up though. But I changed my name, y'all. It's it's Skywalker still on Twitter. But I had said on there, and I done lost my damn.
You Jay-Z Hova now.
I don't even know what I was saying anymore, man.
He Hove.
I'm sorry, y'all. This is the late night hype after dark.
He ain't Jay-Z no more. He's Hove.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You was talking about where they can find you, though, man.
But there was something before that. It was a point of what you were saying.
He's trying to bring it back. Bring that thought back. Bring it back.
Yeah.
It was something about Earl Thomas I said on there.
Short term.
You know what that means. Anyway, man, go get Earl Thomas. Stop that. That's just how I look at it. Unless it's some issues we're not hearing about that are way worse. But what's worse than Greg Hardy?
You know me, you had Greg Hardy.
What's worse than Greg Hardy?
Nah, dog. Nah. What's worse than in the in-house guy? We had Joseph Randall still in.
Well, they cut Joseph.
We had Pac-Man Jones, bro.
Huh?
We had Pac-Man Jones when he just came back into the league after being suspended.
Man, they did Pac-Man wrong though. Pac-Man was good, man, in my opinion.
I ain't say Pac-Man was, but Pac-Man wild.
Hold on, Pac-Man was involved in
Pac-Man was shooting up clubs.
Yeah,
strip clubs at that.
Hey,
they didn't.
Thank you, God tier.
wanted to start shooting them up.
He wanted to break the that $100 bill down into ones, and they didn't like, nah, dog.
Was he money laundering in the strip club?
Right.
Y'all remember when we had Pac-Man, Tank Johnson, T.O.
Tank Johnson.
Oh,
Tank Johnson had guns.
Shoot, Sam
Hurd.
Sam Hurd was pushing, and Tank was the muscle. And Pac-Man was washing the money at the club. Oh, we figured it out. We figured it out.
Oh,
we figured it out. Think about it. Sam Hurd was pushing, right? They needed to wash the money at the strip club, but they needed some muscle. Tank Johnson.
Man.
Oh, okay. What Jay was doing, I played.
All right, man. Look, we definitely went over
Jay Ratliff. We did.
Oh man, tomorrow. That's where we're at. Tomorrow, Hal Yeomans, Dallas Cowboys writer, host of Talking Cowboys, inside the training camp, all types of goodness on Dallas. He's going to give us his thoughts on practice. Are they practicing tomorrow? Jay Farm's usually good with that. They've been having some off days, so if they're practicing tomorrow, we'll get tomorrow's updates. He'll give us his thoughts from day one to right now and who's standing out. We'll ask him who's the camp standouts, who are the camp. I don't want to say duds, but who we need to see more from in camp. I'm really excited for this one. So make sure you guys tune in for that, man. Go ahead and give y'all salutations.
Go ahead, Law. Oh, no, I got to go before you because law.
Oh, come on.
Law is law.
Law is the law. Just check me out, Big Game James, Silver and Blue Nation, on pretty much all social media fronts, the major ones. And Thursday, check out my page on Thursday. I got Matt Johnson on the show.
Yeah.
So make sure you check that one out. Because I've been interested to hear what happened to him, and he was like, cool. Tell my story. I'm like, cool.
He fell off the map.
Man,
That's
he
the
fell off.
hamstring guy, right?
That's the hamstring guy.
That's the everything guy.
And they carried him for almost 3 years because they wanted him to make it.
We call him, well, not we, but on the blog that shall not be named, they used to call him the unicorn. I will not name that blog no more.
Never.
Oh wow.
They will never get a share either.
I wouldn't share them anyway.
I know.
But,
I'm just saying.
But yeah, so yeah, he used to be called the unicorn because he was a mystical creature,
player.
mythical creature,
Right.
mythical
Matt
creature
Johnson?
that Matt's shining and Camby's hurt.
And Matt doing it again, hamstring. Oh, he got in that red ankle.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he
check
caught
that out.
one interception, man, and I think it was in. I'll show you. I'll send you that clip, James, if I can find it for you.
Yeah, please do, because that'll be my one.
That you can just loop.
Just get his draft, John.
I got you.
Where he got drafted.
I got you, because that's when he was turning up.
All right, go ahead, Law.
All right, man. Appreciate everybody.
I'm trying to do better with the
y'all
time.
Y'all can find me. We posted it a couple of minutes ago, but it's all good, man. LAW Nation.
Hey, before 11, I'm proud of us.
Right. Follow me on all platforms. I'm everywhere, baby.
And he ain't lying.
Yes, I'm everywhere. LAW Nation, man.
No, just
my face, name, and logo.
No, just Google him. At this point, just say
Google
me.
All you got to do is Google Law.
I'm everywhere.
It won't even come up. Boom. It'll show his
Fans
face.
only, Law Nation.
Now, Law. Oh, did y'all see
There you
Plexico Burris has a freaking OnlyFans now? He was promoting it on Twitter.
Are you serious?
Yes. This is crazy, man. This OnlyFans is crazy.
Yeah, shoot yourself over there. Ain't that?
Yo, listen, y'all can find me on at Twitter, Skywalker Still, Instagram, Skywalker Still. And yes, I have changed my name on YouTube, the Dallas Cowboys Universe. We rolling with it, we sticking with it because we are not a nation no more. We are what squad? Universal. Universal. Okay, Universal.
Yeah.
Check out on Thursday, probably in the morning before James does his Matt Johnson. I'll probably drop the Throwback Thursday. And then Sunday, this weekend I'm gonna have a premiere. I think hopefully Saturday with Foots. Finally doing something with Foots. We're just gonna talk camp for about an hour. And then Sunday, man, go look up this girl Ashley Ross on Instagram. She is very smart. We'll have to try to get her on the hype too if this goes well on Sunday. Ashley Ross, she's interviewed a ton of people: Bobby Wagner, J.R. Smith. I mean, a whole bunch of athletes, a whole bunch of politicians as well, and civil rights leaders and things like that. She's very intelligent, very smart, knows her sports. So I'm going to have her on the show as well. So make sure y'all check out all of our channels, man. We're going to keep giving y'all this content, keep dropping the gems, just keep rocking out. And from them and me, man, thank you. Y'all killed it tonight in this chat, man. We got up to about like 800 deep, I think.
What's it,
in here. It's in here.
In there. Bring it.
But y'all know how it go. I don't press this button.
So I can dance. Yeah. Rock with the nation.
I am proud of us. We stuck to 2 hours. Less than 2 hours. Shout out to the late night hype crew, yo. Appreciate y'all, man. Skywalker Still, Big Game James, Law Nation. Vibe with us. Rock out. Love you guys. Have a good night. Tune in tomorrow. Kyle Yeomans. Peace.
They gonna roll with me.
Hey, cheers.